It was February 23rd, 1886, when Charles Martin Hall figured out how to produce aluminum metal by passing an electric current through aluminum oxide and melted cryolite. Aluminum was considered a semi-precious metal before this success. Hall's accomplishment made aluminum commercially available with the help of the Pittsburgh Reduction Company. This company was where the aluminum industry of North America began. Aluminum, before Hall, was the third most abundant element in the Earth's crust. Aluminum was used by the Persians thousands of years ago to make strong clay pottery. The Egyptians used it in medicines and cosmetics. Although aluminum was useful, it was difficult to isolate and find in its pure form. The mother lode, or rich source or origin of the element, was a difficult find. Humphrey Davy named aluminum in 1808, and in 1825 the chemist Hans Christian Ørsted produced an impure sample of aluminum by heating a mixture containing potassium. About 20 years later, Frederick Wohler improved the process by using potassium in a metallic state. It wasn't until Charles Hall that aluminum was made pure and useful in commercial products. In his process, Hall immersed graphite rod electrodes into the hot solution in a clay crucible and allowed the current to continue running. He poured the melt into a frying pan and broke apart the cooled mass, but did not find aluminum. He did see, however, a gray-colored deposit on the electrode. It was not shiny or metallic like aluminum. He repeated the process many times and then realized what he had been producing was most likely silicon dissolved from the clay crucible. In his following attempts, Hall made a graphite crucible to line the clay crucible this time. He also lowered the melting point of the cryolite solution by adding aluminum fluoride to it. He performed the first of these new experiments on February 23, 1886. He let the electric current run for several hours and then pulled it and broke it open. He found several small silvery pieces which he tested with hydrochloric acid. He showed them to his colleague, Jouet, who confirmed that they were aluminum. On July 9, 1886, Hall applied for a patent. After Hall's success, in 1888, Alfred E. Hunt helped Hall finance the Pittsburgh Reduction Company. In the first year of the company, Hall and Arthur Binning Davis produced the first commercial aluminum in a starting aluminum plant. Westinghouse provided the electricity required for a simplified process of heating internally. As the process was improved, the price of aluminum plummeted from $4.86 per pound in 1888 to 78 cents per pound in 1893. One of the first products produced was a cast aluminum tea kettle for use as sales tools. Manufacturers were reluctant of using a material they were unfamiliar with at first. However, business grew as they understood how the light yet strong metal was quite useful in aircraft and other modes of transportation, power line for long-distance transmission of electricity, construction, food storage, and decoration. By the 1930s, a pound of aluminum cost only 20 cents and was used in more than 2,000 products. Before all this was discovered, and when the semi-precious reputation of aluminum still stood, the Washington Monument had a 6-pound pyramid of aluminum at the very top as an ornament. Today, one would think that gold would have been the topper of this famous monument. However, aluminum was still very difficult to find in its pure form, unlike gold. This made pure forms of aluminum rare, impressive, and the most expensive metal known. To show the country's strength, the U.S. used this expensive metal to top the monument. This showed the nation's ability to spend money and its industrial strength to produce such an amount of aluminum. Supposedly, one of the aluminum shavings from this pyramid would have been worth equal the amount a worker on the monument would have made in one day. The aluminum pyramid at the top of the monument is like a symbol of America's and aluminum's history. With Hall's process, America could make aluminum affordable and change the commercial industry of metal.